Hey guys, welcome to Nerdarchy, for Nerds by Nerds. I'm Ted, and today I'm hanging out with
Dave.
And today we have a GM 911 from Jack, and his players are taking the slow road through Bavaria.
If you guys have a GM 911 you want to send to Nerdarchy, you can do so at nerdarchy@gmail.com. Right over to Nerdarchy, the forums at nerdarchy.com.
So Jack's got his players, and they're going through every single dungeon, every single room. They're checking for traps. They're checking for secret doors. They want to know about every single little item. They're essentially, he says, his players are rolling for something every 5-10 feet.
Hey, Ted, what if they don't know where Bavaria is?
Oh, well, Bavaria is in the Curse of Strahd adventure that his players are playing in.
Ravenloft, baby. Ravenloft.
That's right.
So, we have a stat for that called passive perception.
Indeed.
That I feel like you should be using that and be like, you don't need the roll. That's what your passive perception's for. I guess, you can do things too. Like, if they're taking a lot of time, you can just start inserting more random encounters to kind of try and push them through areas that might help, or just tell them to knock it off. That literally, the passive perception is there for a reason. Or if you really want to speed it up, here's what you could do. Like, all your problematic players, you go, all right, you give me 20 d20 rolls right now, and you're going to give them to me in order, and you know what, I'll use them when they're needed. Whatever you got to do, so that you can stay on track, and you don't have to stop for them to constantly rolling the dice.
Now, the wondrous part about this book is there is so much flavor text and lore and what have you within these pages, and the DM Jack is feeling that the way these guys are playing, he's having to read every single little detail, and he, as the DM, isn't having any fun with it. So
it's getting stale and boring.
It's getting tedious, using his exact words.
Yeah.
So having that, I'm going to write down these set of numbers, I think is a definite good way to speed things along.
Not only that too, it might just. It doesn't even matter whether you use them or not. As long as the players feel like they rolled the dice and they made, they feel like they got to make their checks, where you can kind of just steam through it if you want to, and decide whether or not, it's actually relevant. It sounds like that's the biggest problem, is they're making all these checks to find things and search stuff, and there's nothing there anyway.
Right.
So he's just reiterating and redescribing.
So I think that, you could also go back to the idea of a social contract and talk about, are these players, are they more gamey? Are they gamists that they delight in rolling of the dice, or are they actually there for the role playing, but they don't want to miss out on an opportunity because of a check that's too low or whatever have you. So I think if they sit back and talk about what it is that they want, that everyone can come to terms with the proper format of the game that they want to play, even though they've already decided that they're playing Curse of Strahd.
Right.
The way it's run can be done very differently.
So there's some other things to take into consideration too. Like, one, if you're not moving at, I think it's half speed, you take a penalty to your search checking, to your searching or perception. And if you're using dim light, which would be like a torchlight, and you or maybe you need a bright light source or whatever, right. That's another penalty. So it's fine, and they can do that, but a lot of the areas in Curse of Strahd are dangerous to kind of hang out, and you're going to draw more attention to yourselves by hanging out in them longer. You should probably express, well, this is not only the dice rolling, not only is the dice rolling annoying, but you're going to take so much more time trying to search every nook and cranny.
Right. So you're moving slow and you're carrying light. It's not bright enough that you're going to see well, but it's bright enough that the creatures of the night are going to notice.
I don't remember I don't remember if in 5e like it goes into detail, like you can search a 10 by 10 in X amount of time, where in previous editions it did.
Right.
It absolutely told you. So like you could be like, all right, well this 40-foot room, this is going to take you, 6 rounds to search this, or maybe more. Like
More.
if you're going in minutes, like so every 10 by 10, if you were going to search it completely, you say that's going to be a minute, right? So. Yeah, so how much time do you want to spend in every room? Search it, and that's where I started introducing random encounters as well.
Absolutely, and there's plenty of evil things in Ravenloft.
I haven't read through the Curse of Strahd in a while, but I'm pretty sure after a while, Strahd just starts like randomly showing up.
Oh, absolutely. Yep. There are random encounter charts, and Strahd is absolutely on them.
It'd be so funny. They're like peering at the wall, and someone taps on the shoulder and be like, "Did you look there?" And it's like Strahd breathing on the back of their neck.
He's a vampire. He doesn't breathe.
He can if he wants to.
Oh.
For effect.
As you feel this cold presence behind you as a light tap on your shoulder, and you turn around and hovering in the air.
So that's absolutely a couple ways of going about, or make their rolls mean something. Start adding more traps. I don't know.
Well,
every roll you make, I add 2.
That's always a possibility as well. There's traps and secret alcoves, and the alcoves have traps in them.
Yeah, so and again, Ted really brought up a good point with the social contract, and that's like, what kind of game do you want to play? Like, what is the purpose of your group sitting down playing this game? Is it to roll dice? Is it to tell a story? Is it somewhere in between? Discuss. You could really just discuss with them what their fears are if they don't roll the dice. Like, are they that concerned about traps, or are they afraid they're going to miss treasure? What is it? Like, this is a big adventure. You're probably not getting all the treasure. I can just tell you that right now. I don't know. If he wants to really speed up, he'll be like, look, if you go buy anything, I will stack it all up in the end. They're going to be in a pile for you somewhere. For the love of God, just keep moving.
So what do you guys think? Do you have any other advice for Jack on dealing with these players that want to roll for everything? Put your thoughts, comments down below. While you're at it, like, share, even subscribe.
You can go check us out on nerdarchy.com.
So until next time, stay nerdy.